Hello dears, today I'll be sharing with you the mini yet huge eyeshadow palettes decluttering. This is the bag I'm going to declutter. I don't know how many palettes are there here in this bag. I had given 3 bags full of eyeshadow palettes to my monastery, my friends, family, friends, I don't know who they passed to actually because I just gave to my friend and she will just pass around. And other bags full of other makeup products. I'm only shooting the declutter video for this portion, mini in this video but actually quite huge behind the scenes. I seldom do or watch decluttering videos. I am more into the review videos and I don't actually understand why would one want to watch declutter videos. If you would like to watch declutter videos, please enlighten me in the comment section below. Thank you so much. At the same time, this kind of declutter video seems to have high demand and I'm going to test out this topic over here in this video and see how the response goes. If the response is good, then in the future I can do more of declutter videos. So as I mentioned, I've only left this bag full of eyeshadow palettes over here and I'm going to pass it to my YouTube friend Chow. She's also a beauty YouTuber and over at Instagram she's very creative. She loves to do transitional videos. So if you like to watch entertaining videos, please hop over to her channel. I will link it in the description box below as well as on the iCard here. So dears, please do not ask me for these palettes because I already promised to give it to Chow. And now, let's get started! Hi dears! I'm going to start talking about the eyeshadow palettes I'm going to declutter and there won't be any sequence to it. I'll just reach out the eyeshadow palettes randomly from the bag and then just share with you this. So let me start with these 3 eyeshadow palettes from Essence, the nude, brown and rose edition. The brown edition is the latest one I got and I just mentioned this in my previous videos, the 2021 eyeshadow palettes ranking. Actually, I like this kind of color stories from these 3 palettes. And these are the color stories I'm reaching out frequently lately. It's just that the formula is quite alright but it doesn't last on me and it's not very pigmented. Recently I like to have just very fresh, clear, simple eye makeup look. Something like the Korean Beauty eyeshadow palettes or the J Beauty, the Japanese Beauty. I like to have a sheer look, but when I want to have a more adventurous look or a more colorful look, I like my eyeshadow palettes to be fully pigmented. These are not, but I can see that these are very good for makeup beginners. So I'm going to pass them to Chow. And next will be this ABH Elisa Edwards palette. I used to be a completionist and in fact I still am. Just doing my best not to collect everything because I realized when I wanted to collect everything, I don't use everything. So as you dears probably can see from these eyeshadow pens, this color inspired is the only one that I reach out more frequently. The rest are actually very new, didn't really touch them. So this is as good as unused. And next is this Affinity 2 from Certified palette. There was a time where the green and blue eyeshadow color stories are highly popular due to the April Fool joke that I think is it Tarte make several years ago, and that's why I have been wanting such palette for a very long time. The reason why I waited for quite some time to get this palette is because this is a UK brand if I didn't remember wrongly. And for me to buy from the overseas, I usually will get more products to hit the free international shipping amount. And that's why I'm going to wait for other eyeshadow palettes under Certified. And most of the time, a lot of their products are out of stock. So it's like, I want to get this, but the other palette is out of stock, or the other palette is in stock, but this is out of stock. So yes, so that's the wait. And next will be this OPV Beauty. This is the only palette I got from them and I was quite surprised by their formulation. The shimmery ones are very creamy and fully pigmented, and the matte performs very well on the eyes too. They are also pigmented. But because I'm not reaching out for colorful looks, that's why I'm giving this away. And then the Makeup Revolution. There was a time when I bought Makeup Revolution almost every month along with Colourpop and BH Cosmetics. And for this series, I like their formulas because they're really very buttery pigmented and creamy, very easy to apply on the eyes. It's just that the color stories over here doesn't fit me. And this is the collaboration with Calmy and Makeup Revolution. I think this should be the first collaboration they had. It's a little difficult to open, and this is very colorful, so that's why I'm not reaching out for this. Okay, continuing from the Makeup Revolution, here comes the I Heart Revolution. It's one of the brands under Makeup Revolution. Makeup Revolution has many brands till I already lost count. This is their chocolate bar. It has very adorable packaging and there's some scent to it. And as you dears probably can tell from the color story, these are the dupe for the Subculture from ABH. And in fact, I actually like this color story more than ABH Subculture because there are more metallics over here. And ABH Subculture is a matte dominary palette, so that's why I prefer this one more. But I seldom reach out for this for quite some time, so I think I will just pass it to somebody else who will appreciate colors better. And from one of the brands under the Makeup Revolution umbrella, Obsession, I don't know what's their current name. I think they just rebrand and rename their brands. So as you guys can see, this is a cool palette with mainly the purples, the silver, and the cool neutral colors. Actually, when I bought this, I never touched it. I never use it. And there is a series of this Revolution Beauty. Actually, I cannot remember which are the ones that I've touched. I bought almost all of them, but I didn't use them at all, except for a few ones. And this is an indie brand from Rani Cosmetic, and this is a brand created by a beauty YouTuber from the US, Total Makeup Junkie. So this is her first eyeshadow palette. I like the diamond formula over here, these two, Garnet and Peridot. And this palette is inspired by the gemstones. So as you guys can see, all the color names are named after gemstones, precious stones or semi-precious stones. So again, I haven't touched for a long time. I'm just not into colorful looks now. And this is also an indie brand which has already closed down. This is the Blush Tribe and the palette name is the Hasina. So I bought this colorful eyeshadow palette to go with one of the eyeshadow palettes that I've always wanted. I think it should be the Hasina 2. I've just given out the two of them. And this is Berry M. I really love the formulas for this big matte and metallic eyeshadow palette because they are so creamy, so buttery. I highly rave about it. I have two color stories. One is Shipwreck and the other one is the Romantic Pinks color story. I kept that, which is the treasure chest, by giving that away. And I'm giving this away because I actually seldom use this palette. The irony thing is, this is actually the first palette I want to buy instead of the treasure chest. But because back then this was out of stock, so I got the treasure chest. But when I got this palette, I actually didn't really touch it. So as you guys can see, this is a very colorful palette. It has very good pigmentation. One of the best drugstore formula that I've experienced. And this is the chocolate bar chocolate gold from Too Faced. I'm actually very impressed by this formula. It is basically a metallic formula. There's only 4 matte color over here. And the rest are many neutral, natural colors with a pinch of gemstones color, precious metals color. And I think this will be good for festival use during the year end. But I also didn't use it now. Okay, this is a palette that I really want to love it, but I just can't get myself to love it. This is from Marc Jacobs. This is a limited edition. I bought it mainly because of the cute packaging. I like this kind of mint green and the cherry is really cute. But the thing is, I bought it from Sephora online, and this is the shade that I'm looking most forward to, but it came in broken. So I used alcohol to repress it, but I'm not sure, is it because of the alcohol or is it because of the nature of the color? It is not showing up. And I find that the pens are really too small and this is very costly, and that's why I seldom reach out for this, even though I kind of like this kind of color story, berries, the neutral colors. But yeah, I'm just not reaching out for them, so just give it away. And this is the last batch. And this will be the BH Cosmetics, Juvia's Place and Colourpop. Let's start with the BH Cosmetics. This is the Mimosa palette. I think it's one of my favorite colors for the eye makeup look, but somehow I find that the pink over here are too bright, so I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm going to pass it. Actually, now looking back at it, there are some very natural, beautiful colors like this bottomless, We Love Brunch, Fizzy. I actually only used it once when I bought it. So going to pass it over to somebody else who will appreciate colors more than me now. And next will be the Juvia's Place Warrior 3. As I mentioned, I used to be a completionist, or I'm still a completionist. So I wanted to collect all Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes because I love their formula. But in reality, I actually haven't bought for a long time already. For at least 2 years, slightly before the pandemic. So anyways, I bought this Warrior 3. I didn't use it. I just use it for swatching purpose, but I didn't use it on the eyes. It's much later than I realized that whenever the palette is dominated by matte formula, I will not reach out for it. Sometimes you will take a lot of experiments to explore your inner self. And this is also from Juvia's Place, the Saharan 2. One thing is, I like the shimmers over here, actually the more natural colors, like this top row and the middle color over here. The matte are quite alright. The shimmers are really good. But I really seldom reach out for this. And I feel that taking a look now, this can be a very beautiful autumn palette. But there is no autumn here in Singapore, there's only summer. And the next 4 palettes will be from Colourpop. Starting off from these 2 palettes from the collaboration between Colourpop and Bratman Rock. That was a few years ago. He came out with a warm and cool palette. So start off with the lit palette first, which is a warm red palette. I seldom use it. In fact, I seldom use red on my eyes. And I also seldom use blue on my eyes. So probably I'm not reaching out for this too. And this is an interesting palette. Why do I say that? Because I think a few years ago over at Instagram, Colourpop is asking their followers to vote for their most favorite colors. And these are the 6 colors that the voters vote. The color story may seem random, there is no theme to it, but these are the 6 colors that Colourpop's fans like. And finally, a 9-pan monochromatic eyeshadow palette, Aha Honey. I also did a review about it. Basically, I'm not reaching out for a bright color now, but Chow is. She likes colorful, very pigmented look. She's not so much into the very natural Korean or Japanese eye makeup look. It could be boring for her, but I think, yeah, this is too adventurous for me. And now dears, it's your turn to share with me. Have you decluttered any eyeshadow palettes lately? Please comment in the comment section below because I love to hear from you too. And last but not least, here's an inner beauty tip for us to be more beautiful and more wise. Optimism is the tool to help you get up after a fall and to keep you going towards the life you want. Thank you dears for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and click the bell notification button below for my future videos. I love to do makeup products review and beauty related videos. So if this is a cup of tea, please join in my YouTube family. And dears, if you'd like to connect with me more, please visit me at my Instagram and Facebook platform. The address will be over here on the screen. May you dears have a peaceful, blissful and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye! And before I go, please check out these 2 videos over here. Thank you!